Welcome to Colombia! Today I'm going to talk about common mistakes when coming to Colombia. Welcome, wonderful people all over the world. My name is Frank, I'm Swiss and I came to Colombia in 2015 and I run a travel agency here in Bogota, Colombia. And today I'm going to talk about the mistakes people usually make before or when coming to Colombia or being in Colombia. So I will get you through a list. I also wrote a blog which is on my website. And let's just start. But before, if you like all our videos, our channel, do not hesitate to subscribe and hit the bell. If you give us a like for our video or other videos, that will be appreciated very much because that's very good for the algorithm. And if you have questions, don't hesitate, write them down in the comment section and also in the description section you will find additional information. So let's just start with Colombia. First mistake, many people think South America, it's just a great, fantastic, warm, tropic climate, and that's partly true. But in Colombia we also have different mountain chains and the highest peak is over 5,700 meters. So for example, when you come to Bogota, we are on 2,650 meters. When you go to Monserrate, which is in this direction, you go up to 3,150 meters above sea level. And sometimes there is lots of rain, so you need to have a jacket, you need to have a raincoat, and you need to have good boots, depending on your plans in Colombia. So sometimes it can become very, very cold. We also have glaciers here in Colombia. So make sure, depending on your itinerary, that you pack the right clothes for your destinations here in Colombia. And also be aware, Colombia is very biodiverse and very green, and this is because it's raining from time to time. Vaccination, a very important topic. So as we're in a tropic country, you find everything. You find dengue, you find yellow fever, there's just everything you can imagine. And the most important protection actually against all this stuff is you use repellent and adequate clothes to protect yourself, but also you can use vaccination for some of them. I also have a blog on my website to give you details where are the risk zones in the country and what are the measures you can take actually against those. Cash, credit card or traveler checks. This is common questions. Colombia is not a third world country. You have many banks, and especially when you're traveling around the cities or developed tourist destinations, then there is no need of always having bundles of cash, because here the cash goes into the millions. When you have $100, this is like 300,000 to 400,000 pesos. So if you have $1,000, that means right now with the current exchange rate, you're walking around with about 4 million pesos. And the biggest bill right now is 100,000, but it is actually not used. I never saw it, but usually people have 50,000. So if you don't want to walk around like a rapper with the big bundles of money, you can use credit cards. With your ATM card, you can go to cash dispensers. So usually when you're not in remote areas, this is no issue. When you go, for example, to La Guajira, then you have the last ATM in Uribia and you will need some cash in that area. But in general, it's okay. You don't need to bring dollars or Swiss francs or euros. The best way to get money here in Colombia is go to the cash dispenser with your ATM card or just pay with your credit card. Time planned of traveling around Colombia. Yeah, this is also a question, or this is a topic people usually are a bit away from reality. Colombia has over 1.25 million square kilometer. This is like Texas and California combined, or like France and Germany together. So it's very big. 1/3 is Amazon jungle, but still the country is very big if you're not flying, if you're going to take the bus. After my experience, average ground speed is about 40 kilometers an hour. That's nothing. You have many mountains. The infrastructure is not that good, lots of traffic, 18-wheelers. And the country is big, ground speed is low. If you want to see some stuff, plan yourself enough time to travel to different destinations here in the country. Trust in local operators. Me as owner of a travel agency, even I always have to make sure and call my local operators up before the clients arrive, because we are in Colombia, Latin America, and sometimes people forget or they mix up the times. So if you're organizing a trip by yourself and you have some local operators all around the country, then make sure one day before you drop them a note or you send them a WhatsApp or you call them to make sure they pick you up at the airport, and also the hotels, your room is reserved. Always double check. Even I, as a professional, I have to do that all the time to not face some inconvenience and clients yelling at me. Utensils. As I already mentioned, Colombia is another third world country. You have shopping malls, huge shopping malls actually, supermarkets. So you can get outdoor equipment, you can get repellent, you can go to pharmacies and buy everything without even a doctor's description, and most probably much cheaper than in your country. You actually get 90 or 95% of the stuff you get in your country, I would say. The only downside is if you have big feet like me. I have 12 or 45. So the Colombians usually don't have such big feet. It's a bit difficult to get shoes. Or if you're Dutch and you measure 2 meters something, then also it might be difficult to get appropriate clothes. If you're within normal size, body shape, you can get everything in terms of clothes and equipment. Trust a little bit on what you can buy also in Colombia. All-inclusive and package tourism. So when you come to Colombia, there's so much stuff to discover, and the culture is great, and getting in touch with Colombians. And it's such a great country. And from what I've seen and found when I was investigating the market, those tours many times are not very good. You're like within a closed circle of people and you're not really going into the destinations. For example, they advertise Cartagena 3 days, but in reality you stay 4 days outside of Cartagena in an all-inclusive resort. And I'm just not a big fan of this, and I think for the same money you can get even a better package with better hotels, better experiences. Even if you're very sensitive on your budget, go the backpacker way. You can stay in hostels, and even there you have English speaking stuff, and I would say you have better experiences when you go to hostels on your own, and more possibilities to see the real Colombia than when you take all-inclusive tours in groups to 10, 20, 30 people. But of course, I know everybody is different tastes, but this is my point of view. Holidays and planning. In Colombia, we have 19 official holidays, and usually they're on a Monday, so people have long weekends. Then there's the Easter week, and also during Christmas and until like the 15th of January, Colombia is traveling, and all the tourist destinations are going to be packed, more expensive, and you will need to line up to get to tourist sites. So make sure before coming to Colombia to know a little bit about the local holidays you have here in Colombia, that you will not go to Monserrate, for example, and you need to line up 2 hours before getting up the mountain. So that's it for today. Common mistakes people usually make when coming to Colombia. I hope you find that information helpful and like that video. Don't forget to give me a like, and I hope to see you soon here back on my channel, or even better, here in Colombia. All the best wishes from today a little rainy Bogota. Yours Colombiafrank. Bye bye.